Hello everyone, and welcome back to PanAfricScope channel, where we spotlight the bold, the visionary, and the transformative across our continent. Today, we're turning our gaze to the Western Cape, where South Africa is preparing to redefine regional aviation with a project so ambitious, it's already capturing global attention. In a landmark move that promises to reshape air travel in southern Africa, South Africa has officially greenlit the $500 million Cape Winelands International Airport, a next-generation aviation hub set to rise just 45 minutes from Cape Town. Yes, $500 million. And no, this isn't pie in the sky.
This is an existing airport with existing rights, so we're expanding the airport essentially. One of the runways we will refurbish, and then we will also be expanding an additional runway, the 3.5-kilometer runway. And then yes, the terminal infrastructure essentially will be new.
With site acquisition finalized and environmental approvals underway, construction is expected to begin in early 2026, with an ambitious 4-year timeline to full operational status. Why does this matter? Because Cape Town International, one of Africa's busiest airports, is operating at over 95% capacity. Long queues, limited international slots, and congestion are stifling growth in a region that welcomes over 10 million tourists annually and hosts booming agri-tech, renewable energy, and digital export sectors. The Cape Winelands Airport isn't just another airport, it's a strategic response to the future. Designed as a greenfield, smart, and sustainable aviation hub, CWIA will feature a single 3.2 kilometers runway capable of accommodating wide-body aircraft like the Boeing 777 and Airbus A350, opening direct long-haul routes to Europe, Asia, and the Americas without overburdening Cape Town. Phase 1 will handle 3.5 million passengers annually, with scalable expansion to 8 million, all while prioritizing solar integration, water recycling, and low-emission ground transport. But here's where it gets even more exciting. CWIA is the crown jewel of the broader Cape Winelands Aerotropolis initiative, a master-planned economic zone set to include logistics parks, tech incubators, agri-processing hubs, and even a world-class flight training academy. Think Singapore's Changi, but nestled among vineyards, mountains, and innovation corridors. This isn't just infrastructure, it's nation-building for the 21st century. Spearheaded by a public-private consortium led by the Western Cape Investment and Trade Promotion Agency and backed by major domestic investors, including the Public Investment Corporation, PIC, and global aviation partners, the project is structured as a special-purpose vehicle to ensure transparency, efficiency, and investor confidence. Financially, projections are compelling. Internal rate of return, IRR 18-22% passenger break-even by year 5 over 12,000 direct and indirect jobs during construction estimated are 12 billion GDP contribution within a decade. And yes, South Africans will have a stake. A community share scheme is being developed, allowing local residents and SMMEs to invest from as little as R5,000, turning citizens into co-owners of their region's future. President Cyril Ramaphosa hailed the project as a symbol of renewal, not just for the Western Cape, but for post-pandemic national recovery. Meanwhile, Provincial Premier Alan Wynne emphasized, this airport won't just move people, it will move opportunity inland, decentralize growth, and empower townships like Paarl, Franschhoek, and Stellenbosch like never before. Aviation experts are already buzzing.
So the vision, like everything in life, visions change. They are fluid things. What you start out is not what you end. We bought this airport in 2020. It was an old military airport, 4 sort of rundown runways, all in different directions. And we started unpacking the opportunity. We realized that we needed longer runways to land bigger planes. We started going from a GA airport into a domestic airline airport. We needed a 2,200 meter runway, so we bought further land. And then we came across this, very unique option where if we are a closer destination alternate and we can service bigger airplanes, we save the airline industry in the region of about R1 billion a year. And that required us to build a longer runway.
With direct access to the N1 highway, high-speed rail links under feasibility study, and proximity to the Berg River Dam, ensuring water resilience, CWIA is being designed for 4th Industrial Revolution readiness. Think biometric boarding, AI-driven baggage systems, and drone cargo zones. Minister of Transport, Barbara Creecy, called it South Africa's most integrated airport project in 20 years, one that finally bridges the gap between tourism, agriculture, and high-value exports. Imagine Namaqualand Rooibos tea, Stellenbosch wine, and Eastern Cape medical devices all air freighted directly from the winelands to global shelves, bypassing Cape Town's bottlenecks. Skeptics ask, is this too much, too soon? But consider the momentum. Record inbound tourism in 2024, plus 27% YOY. Over our $20 billion in foreign investment pledges tied to transport upgrades. Strong ESG alignment, the airport aims for net zero carbon by 2040, decades ahead of global aviation targets. And let's not forget, this is happening in a country with world-class engineering talent, a mature air traffic management system, ATNS, and one of Africa's most stable regulatory environments. In fact, global airlines are already expressing interest. Lufthansa Cargo, Ethiopian Airlines, and even Emirates have flagged CWIA as a potential regional tech stop and freight hub, especially for perishables and high-value goods needing fast, cold-chain logistics. The ripple effects? Massive. Local SMMEs in hospitality, security, maintenance, and catering will get first-tier contracting priority. Youth training programs in aviation maintenance and drone operations are already in pilot phase. And critically, the airport's location outside the Cape Town basin reduces noise and ecological pressure on sensitive fynbos ecosystems. This is more than concrete and tarmac. It's about dignity through design. It tells diaspora entrepreneurs, your skills are needed, come build with us. It tells African innovators, you don't need to route through Dubai or Istanbul, your continent is building world-class gateways. And it tells the world, Africa isn't catching up, we're leapfrogging. Of course, challenges remain: land use sensitivities, skills pipeline scaling, and ensuring inclusive procurement. But South Africa has navigated complex projects before, from Ortambo's expansion to the Gautrain. And the Cape Winelands project benefits from something even more powerful: local buy-in. Over 85% community support in recent consultations shows this isn't imposed from above, it's grown from the soil up. So what's the bigger picture? Africa needs more hubs like this, decentralized, green, and market-driven. Too long, we've over-relied on mega airports in capital cities. CWIA proves secondary cities can lead transformation if we invest boldly, plan inclusively, and build with pride. South Africa isn't just upgrading its runway, it's extending the runway for an entire generation. In a world hungry for resilient, ethical infrastructure, the Cape Winelands Airport may just become the blueprint for Africa's aviation future. So we ask you, should Cape Town International expand, or does CWIA offer a smarter, sustainable path forward? Could Aerotropolis models revive secondary cities across Africa, from Kumasi to Mombasa to Gaborone? And most importantly, are we ready to back African ambition with African capital? This is more than an airport. It's a statement. We build, we connect, we rise. The countdown to liftoff has begun. Drop your thoughts below, and if you believe in Africa-led progress, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. Every like, share, and comment helps us spotlight the projects that actually move the needle. Stay visionary, stay grounded, and remember, the future isn't just coming, we're constructing it. Pan-Africscope, seeing Africa as it will be. What do you think about South Africa's $500 million Cape Winelands Airport? Is this the future of African aviation, or just the beginning? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into Africa's rise. Stay informed, stay inspired, and thank you for watching.